Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Make This Bread, or Let's Get This Bread, excuse me. Today we are going to be making an Irish soda bread because this week is St. Patrick's Day. So I thought it would be a little fun to make an Irish soda bread because you usually correlate St. Patrick's Day with things that are Irish, like corned beef. I don't even think that's Irish. I don't even think corned beef is Irish, but you know what? The point is, I'm making Irish soda bread for St. Patty's Day. So, without any further ado, we're going to get straight into the ingredient check. Okay, guys, now we're going to do an ingredient check. So, the first thing I got here is some salt. You know, can't have your bread being tasteless, like I always say. So, I got some salt right here. Next thing we need is some baking soda. I used most of my baking soda in my last video. You can check that out on my channel. So please watch it if you haven't watched it yet. But I used most of the baking soda in the last video. I have a little bit left, but the next thing I have here is flour. I have a little bit of flour in here, and then I have this like organic flour because I went to the grocery store yesterday, right? And a key component of Irish soda bread is buttermilk, okay? And I went to the store yesterday, and there was no buttermilk. There was no buttermilk. Now, everybody, I call this the coronavirus panic, because everybody's at the stores. They're getting everything off the shelves. They're like, I need all my rice. I need all my pasta. I need all the milk. And I'm like, you're gonna start drinking buttermilk. Buttermilk's nasty. Buttermilk's like sour, it's gross, like I'm not okay with buttermilk. But you know what, I needed it for this recipe. So I had to look up a recipe without buttermilk. So we're gonna have to make sour milk in this recipe, which is kinda nasty. But you know what, I'm doing it for the video. And to everybody who bought buttermilk at my local Ralph's instead of normal milk, they would rather drink buttermilk than almond milk or soy milk or oat milk. Man, screw you guys for buying all my buttermilk, because I needed buttermilk, and you know what? I had to look up a recipe without buttermilk. Sorry for the little tangent. I was a little frustrated about that, but you know what? We're getting right back into it, okay? Next thing I have here is milk in a glass jar. Look at that. Look how fancy this milk is, okay? Top of the Morning Farms. All right? Local farm milk. All right, I support local farms. The next deal we have here is vinegar. We're gonna be making sour milk today, and you know what? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fun time. And you know, if you like this video so far, please give it a like. You know, I really appreciate it. And please tune in. I'm gonna start making the bread right now. So the first thing that we need to do in order to make our Irish soda bread without buttermilk is that we need to have 2 cups of milk. So I got my milk right here. I'm gonna pour it to 2 cups. This is some nice milk too. Wow, look at that, guys. Just enough for 2 cups. So I got this cool jar now. I'm gonna rinse it out later, and I'm going to maybe use it as a grease jar or something. The next thing we need is this vinegar. We need 2 tablespoons of vinegar. All right, so I'm gonna uncap this. Oh, poop. 1, 2. All right, now the recipe says to leave this off to the side. So we're gonna just leave that off to the side, and I'm gonna put that in the sink. Bam, threw it straight in the sink. All right, I'm a Patriots fan, don't make fun of me. OG Patriots fan. Okay, the next thing that we need is to combine the flour, baking soda, salt, and sugar in a large bowl. So I have my large bowl right here, and we're gonna do that right now. So I'm going to measure out my 4 1/4 cup of flour. Fun fact, when I went to the store, all the flour, this was the only flour left. This flour right here was $5. And the only thing that's special about it is that it's organic. I'm thoroughly mad with the supermarket system and not having anything. I needed to get more baking soda, and guess what? They didn't have any baking soda. And I was thoroughly upset. I was standing in the mall, in the supermarket, dumbfounded that they didn't have any buttermilk. They didn't have any baking soda. I'm just so passionate about this. I'm so passionate about my channel. All right, guys? And I want to make the best products for you. And you know what? If I have to use organic flour, we're going to use organic flour, okay? The next thing I need to add is 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda. Now I should have enough because there's not that much, but I mean, I should have enough for a teaspoon, for 1 1/2 teaspoons here. So I'm just gonna kind of see. You know what? I'm just gonna kind of go like this. There's 1, and then I'm gonna grab the half. Got the half right here. There's enough for a half, I think. Oop, I spilled a little bit. Wow, look at that. Just enough for 1 1/2 teaspoons, guys. Amazing, amazing. I didn't have to use any baking powder. We are set. All right, the next thing that I need to add is the salt and the sugar. So I need a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. So I'm just gonna grab this again, grab my teaspoon. Oh, a lot of salt came off the rim. That is gross. Okay. Doesn't quite fit in, so you're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to pour this over the bowl here. Oh, there's a teaspoon on that. Bam. Now, I got my sugar. Oh, I'm not sure if I showed this in the ingredient check. I kind of got a little off topic with my supermarket tangent. But you know what? We need sugar. So I got a box right here. Oop. There's the sugar. And now it says to whisk. This whisk is wet. Don't ask me why it's wet. It'd just be wet. All right, guys, here's the well I created for the milk. I haven't added the milk yet, but I'm gonna do that right now. So we're gonna cut back to me adding the milk. All right, guys, I'm gonna add in this milk into the center here. And I didn't make my well big enough, but you know what? That's okay. We're just gonna keep adding it. All right, it's kind of a thing. It kind of looks okay. Definitely smells kind of wacky. So on Friday, my school sent out an announcement during 5th period, which is the period right before lunch, saying that school will be canceled for the next 3 weeks, including spring break. So I have to do like this weird online school module program. And you know what? I'm not too excited about it. I'm not having time with it. I don't think that it's a good... I mean, who am I to judge? We haven't started yet. We're gonna start on Wednesday. All right, guys. I have my dough right there. It's really gooey. And it says to put on a floured surface, which I have. And now I'm going to flour my hands and gently knead the dough for around 20 seconds. It's a little too much flour. Don't worry, guys. I did wash my hands in between the in between cuts just now. So don't worry. I am a sanitary boys is wet. This is a very wet dough, very sticky. Sticking to my hand. All right, guys, so I'm back. Don't mind my hands. I just kind of had to reshape the dough. It was getting a little liquidy again. So you kind of have to work fast with this dough because it's a gooey dough. It's sticky. It gets everywhere. It's kind of like you gotta work fast. So I'm just gonna take my large knife. I'm gonna hold it in my gross hands. I'm just gonna try to cut this in half. All right, so I cut it in half, and you can see what I mean. Like, just look at how, look at that texture. It's not a nice texture. So what you gotta do is you kinda gotta roll, it says you gotta roll it up, so you guys can see what I'm doing intensely. All right. I like that. And we gotta cut a deep cross into it, like some of the other breads that we've done, like with rye bread, Italian bread, pretzel bread. We're gonna do the same thing with our Irish soda bread right now. So I'm gonna cut a deep cross into the bread right here. So I'm going to put these on separate baking trays, put it in the oven for 35, see how it comes out. Catch you when it's done. All right, guys, so I got my final product right here of the Irish soda bread. It is a pretty dense bread, and you know what? That is okay. It tastes pretty good. So I think this is overall a good success, even though it's super dense. It didn't require any yeast, so that's why it's really dense, but it looks really good. So I had a piece earlier with some butter, and it was really nice. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 40 subscribers. So if we can hit 40 subscribers, that'd be sweet. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.